What is going on, my Gala fans? It's Dr. Wookiee. I'm sorry I made this one a little delayed. I know some people had asked me to make a video about this sooner, but I'm finally getting around to it. MetaFlora. Now, these guys were at the Gala Hackathon. Tripto actually had an AMA with Anita. I will leave that down below as well as their Discord and any Gala links and stuff. Now, I did record me purchasing this, but it was kind of slow, so I'm actually just going to show you it right here real quick. I did purchase the second connoisseur node. Did the claim? You can claim the booster, which is a 5% booster if you get it right now. When you click the purchase node button, what'll pop up is this nice little guy. I did get MetaMask to say, hey, this address looks fishy, something, something, but I know this team super well, so I wasn't worried about it. Now, if you do type in doctor here in the referral code, you actually get the 5% off, which was awesome because I had like 890 like USDC. So that was nice to bump that down. And I went ahead and purchased my first node here. So let's talk about MetaFlora. Actually, let's go ahead and just click the home too. Now, this is a little bit of aerial imagery. I am really sure this is like where they're breaking ground for their big like headquarters and their new plant here. Now, Tripto is actually already like, a guy that has a ton of experience with the weed, marijuana growing business, THC, cannabis, all that fun stuff in Northern California. So he's got a big group, big business already. And I really like the basically problem that they identified, right? So the big issue is there's not a lot of genetic like being able to follow things along a path, right? And so they really want to fix this by making genetic labeling, lineage tracking, and of course doing that with a nice, beautiful node network. And so that's what that connoisseur node is, that we did just kind of see there is basically doing all the data, all the unparalleled kind of work for the nodes. I'm really excited because they're definitely going to be like the first Web3 group probably to actually get nodes running on GalaChain. And honestly, their nodes might be doing the most work than any of the other Gala nodes. No, that's not true. The Gala Film nodes are actually doing legit work too right now. Founder nodes, kind of IPFS we like to hear about. So anyways, for the rewards for the connoisseur nodes, it's their OG token daily distribution. If you purchase now in phase one, you get that 5% booster. And this is the really cool part. You get a 500% NFT booster for Gala founder node owners, and that 500% node NFT booster goes towards the Gala founder node distribution, which we'll talk about in just a minute. And so they got a nice little roadmap going right here as well. And in case you were interested or wanted to know as well, Dr. Wookiee has actually never smoked weed or marijuana before. Now, as a doctor, I definitely know the medicinal purposes, the ability, and all the different things it can do. Dr. Wookiee, with his current Web2 job, is definitely not allowed to partake at this time. So, as we discussed for the nodes already, they did phase 0 already. Now, this was for the very early birds, any very early supporters they had. They basically got a 10% daily little booster that they can get. Phase 1 now, you can get that 5% daily booster. And one thing to note is you'll have this NFT, but it's actually not tradable. Like right now, it's soul bound on the ETH network. Once they move on to phase 2 and they get everything onto GalaChain, you can roll that NFT over and it will be tradable, sellable, all that fun stuff. Now, node operations are going to be starting hopefully Q2 2024, and I know we're in Q2, so maybe by the end. I know they've been working super hard on the GalaChain dev side of everything, so we just have to kind of wait and see how that all kind of rolls out. They do kind of go through here, basically some of the distributions. The connoisseur nodes are going to get 19% of that daily OG distribution, able to connect a maximum of 3 boosters to one node, so you could actually sell those boosters separately if you wanted to. And then, of course, they discuss kind of how that booster would work here. And then they also go down and they discuss how the 500% booster works for the Gala Founder nodes pool. Now, what that is if you own a Gala Founders node and a NFT. No, if you just own a Gala Founders node, when you roll your node, your connoisseur node over to GalaChain, and have it in the same account, you'll be able to actually mint this NFT Gala NFT Founder node booster, which I believe it's about 2% of the whole pool goes to Gala Founder nodes. So that'll be kind of cool to see. And if you actually purchase a node from MetaFlora, you'll be able to get 500% of that distribution. So that'll be pretty cool, not gonna lie. So of course, allocation, supply schedule, all that fun stuff. You know, you can always pause the video here and kind of take a read through, but you know, they got team, operation, marketing, development, dex pool, treasury. The connoisseur nodes are 19%. The home grower nodes, which are going to be way kind of further down the line here, are going to be 4%. And those are going to be a little more niche for folks. Here's your Gala founder nodes getting that 2% of the distribution. Now, the way they're having it's going to work is it's kind of a cumulative circulating supply, like it's not going to always be like every year. It's going to be close to every year, the halving schedule, but it's going to flux a little bit with this adjustable minting rate. Now, they do also have built in a whole bunch of different burning mechanisms that they want to have with transactions and, you know, folks purchasing, you know, whatever tiers they have and stuff. And we'll talk about how this is basically going to earn them money and how they're going to be able to make money from that. Now, it's a 1 billion max supply. You can see the halving here for, you know, 10 years ish, we'll say. And then here is our tokenomics kind of pie chart if you like to see it in the pie instead, and then along with your halvings. So what I want to talk about is this overview right here. So first off, the market, right? For, you know, THC CBD is huge and just continuing to grow. Right now it's like 16.25 billion in 2023, and this is a legal cannabis market. And of course they expect that to reach about 108 billion by 2032, and that is a very accurate estimate. I think it'll be spot on, honestly. So the big problem that they were seeing is basically preserving in the genetic information. And you might be like, well, why does that really matter? Well, a couple things. One, as marijuana and cannabis has kind of like progressed through the years, you know, way back maybe in like our parents' age, or, you know, maybe in the 70s, marijuana, the THC content was much lower, right? And so as they basically, like you do with, you know, any product, whether that's, you know, animals trying to get certain breeds out, or foods, you know, tomatoes, cucumbers, whatever you're trying to like really get specific things out of, especially corn and the stuff with that, is with marijuana, right? It was grown and grown and grown and bred to really get that THC to a higher concentration. And now it's huge. So not only can MetaFlora really build a beautiful backbone for, you know, genetic information and stuff like this too, but they can literally use this for agriculture as well. Geology, there's so many aspects for this in the real world. So that's one thing I think is really cool, because if they hit this right, they can definitely pop off and become a very huge IT kind of production line quality as well. So before I get so sidetracked there, the other things they got is, you know, producers, customers, they have limited access to research and information, right? So trying to standardize things. Now, just think if you're like a producer, right? So you have a big market and you know, like, hey, these guys have cemented themselves with their partnerships and stuff, that if you basically get on board with them, you get all your information like onto their system and stuff, you're able to use the, you know, OG token or whatever it is to purchase MetaFlora, you know, NPC codes, whatever, and you put them on your product. So people will actually see like and know that, hey, that's actually verifiable. I can go check and see the exact data, you know, any of the genetic information, and it's all very specific, because there's a lot of misinformation and false information out there in the whole like cannabis structure and setting as well. And then mushrooms too. So mushrooms in the background here, I don't know if you guys know this, but we've been doing a ton of research with mushrooms, PTSD, and things like that with the Veterans Affairs, disability, all that stuff. And just again, I was talking to Tripto about this, man, it might have been a month or two ago, but same thing with mushrooms, man, being able to have the genetic heritage so that if there's a certain strain of marijuana or strain of mushroom that was very effective for whatever disease it is somebody has, that they can know exactly where it is and how to find it, and actually be able to, you know, basically find it again and be able to grow it again, or whatever it is. DNA fingerprinting, basically, right? So this is a really cool aspect of like R&D. I think they could definitely have some issues and run-ins with pharmaceutical companies, because we know how they like to act and control things and try to buy stuff out. And of course, they're not going to want their, you know, proprietary information out there. But this is all about blockchain and letting people who find something that's very successful for them be able to continue that for their life, because a lot of people have been able to really alleviate a lot of pain and suffering in their lives from different chronic illnesses and pain. So the roadmap they have here, same thing. If you want to pause, take a quick peek at it, but nodes of genetics, getting the initial connoisseur node sale going, up and building. They are reaching out, building a bunch of industry partnerships. Like I said, Tripto is not a small little farm. He's got a good little operation going, and reaching out and making those partnerships already, and a lot of those collaborations. So definitely excited to kind of see where this continues to go. Definitely looking forward to doing some more deeper dives on their entire platform, how deep they're going, and of course just to see this expand and kind of grow out. So definitely let me know too if you want to hear from Tripto and or the team, or do an AMA at some point. I'm sure they would be more than happy to come on and chat with everybody live as well. That could be really cool. Definitely let me know. Otherwise, these connoisseur nodes, I definitely think it's worthwhile picking one up for sure. So if you want to save 5%, definitely, down below, use that code doctor. I think this is just a simple one to drop one into. Easily. I think this OG token can definitely see value, is definitely going to see places for it to actually be able to continue to grow and be utilized in the partnerships, and when people start to come on board and want to really kind of integrate with this team. Super excited. I think crypto in this space definitely can grow hand in hand and grow pretty strong. So definitely looking forward to hopefully seeing them really propel to kind of be in the forefront in the whole space. So let me know what you think down below, and definitely jump into Discord, ask them any questions. The team is super responsive. They're a great group. And as always, stay warm, Wookiees.